Hi, this is Alex from Adult Services, and welcome to the Intro to Google Docs tutorial. In this computer tutorial, we're going to learn how to use Google Docs to create a document. We're going to learn about some of the basic features, how to navigate the program, and how to create a basic letter. So the first thing you'll need to do is you're going to go into your favorite web browser like Google Chrome, type in the web address google.com, click on Sign In, type in your Gmail account email address, next, and then your password. If you never set up a Gmail account before, you can click on Create Account and follow the instructions on the screen to create your account. If you need some help, we also have a tutorial at the Fox Lake Library website called Setting Up Email Account, the Basics. You click on our website, Fox Lake District Library. There's the Adult tab and Tutorials. Let's just show that really quick. Come to our website, click on Adult and Tutorials, and this is where you'll find a lot of different computer help tutorials, including setting up an email account basics. If you've never used email before, this will explain how to set up an account. Okay. You're now in your Google account. You're going to click on the app button right here. Scroll down on the screen with the mouse until you find Docs. Click on Docs. Once that is done, you'll click on Blank Document. Click on that once. And it'll open up the opening screen. So sometimes it'll say something about like citations. It'll tell you about different features. Don't worry about that. Just click Got It. That's just a feature that's in Google Docs and a lot of the other programs. They'll try to talk about what's new. So let's navigate some of the basic parts of Google Docs. First thing to do is you'll want to rename your document. So you click on the untitled document and then give it a name. Then we have a lot of different parts. So like the file menu bar, you have the share feature. This is where if you wanted to share your document with other email accounts, you can do that. You can share it with yourself, you could share it with a friend, or you could just do get link and actually share it to the public if you want. And there's ways to actually change the settings to only say restricted to only people within my account, or not restricted and then anybody could see it. New, this is if you want to start with a new document or template. Open, if you want to open up another Word document you've already worked on in Docs. Make a copy makes a copy of what you currently are working on, and then you rename it as something else. Download, if you wanted to actually download it to your computer and you have Microsoft Word and you wanted to work in Microsoft Word or another text file format, this is optional. You can download it on your computer. The one thing I like about Docs, though, is as long as you have your Google account, you can always access your document anywhere. It's like in a cloud. So it'll automatically save when you're logged into Google Docs, and when you log out, it basically logs out. So that's one thing I like about Google Docs. It saves your progress. Now, if you decide you have to download it on the computer and you want to work in Microsoft Word or somewhere else, you would need to then re-upload that file to Google Docs so that you can work in Google Docs again. But if you decide you don't want any other software and you just want to work in Google Docs, you can also just do that, and you're just using your Google account. But be aware, if you work in another word processing document program on your computer, that you will need to re-upload it to either Google Docs in order to start working with it again. And the formatting might be a little different depending on which version you're working on. But Google Docs is all web-based. You have the edit, which has like cut, paste, cut, and copy. Select all, you'll find that in there. You have View tab. The View tab allows you to be in editing mode where you just edit your document. There's something called suggesting mode, like if you're working with another group and you wanted to actually just make comments but not change what was there, you could actually be in a mode where it just makes comments and then the person looking at it could actually change that. Or viewing, read or print final document, so that's just a view mode. You're not actually editing it. So editing, commenting, and then viewing for print. I like the show rule feature if you want to show the ruler. or full screen if you want to go full screen. The Insert tab allows you to upload images. That's the one I kind of like. So if you found something on your Google Drive that you wanted to use, you can upload it there. You can also add photos from Google Photos from a camera if you are hooked up to a camera. Or you could say upload from the computer. So if you have pictures on your desktop of your computer, you can find them on your desktop or search the web. So a lot of different images you can actually put in there if you'd like. This is where you could create tables, charts, headers and footers, page numbers. So let's practice some typing. So you click on the screen, type in like, "Hi Dad, I'm going to the store today to pick up some snacks, be home at 5 p.m., and then Alex. You could then mouse click and highlight the text and then change it to, let's say, Times New Roman, click on that drop-down menu, and then size 30. You can also try a template. If you wanted to, let's say, actually work on a template, they have resume templates, letter templates, and then you just type over the text. But it gives you a starting point. So you either start with a blank template where you do like what we did here, you just type in whatever you like, or you can use a template, click on that, and then it'll end up getting to that. And you can see as you start creating documents, they'll start appearing down in this recent document area down here. So that's the basics of that. Let's do some practice. So I'm going to get into my Google account. We're in our Google account. We're going to click on the Google app button here. I'm going to move down on the screen till we find Docs. We're going to click on Google Docs. We're going to start a new document. You can see practice letter setting up an email account. We already created a couple, but we're going to do a blank one. So click on blank. We're going to rename the document first. So I'm going to call it practice letter. Okay. And then I'm going to start typing. So if I leave it and I don't change anything, I can start typing. "Hi Dad, I am going to the store today to pick up some snacks. Be back at 5 p.m. Alex." Now, if you made a typo, you can go back and click on it once, and then you can change it to the suggested spelling. So now let's change the size font and everything. So left click, highlight. We're going to do Times New Roman. And then size, you do plus and minus, that'll make it smaller and bigger. Or you could do size 30. And if you want to print, you can click on print. And then you choose if you want to save it as a PDF and then email it to somebody, or I just want to, whatever your name of your printer is. And then you change whatever settings you want, and then click print, and it'll actually print out on your computer. So again, this will depend, see more. Depending on what printer you have, you might have to configure it to be able to see it. And then you could say all pages, you could do multiple copies, or you can do custom. I could say page 1 to 6, depending on how many pages I want, but I only have one page right now, so we'll leave it as all. Color or black and white, depends on your printer settings, and then click print. Okay. So then once you've printed the document, then it'll come up. Okay, so let's look at some of the other features. If you made a mistake and you wanted to undo something, you can click on undo. That'll bring it back to what it was before. Redo, it'll put it back to where you were. Okay. So you can share the document. You type in somebody's email address, For example, we could say computer class March 2020 at gmail.com or March 26 at gmail.com. You can also do get a link. And there's a couple on anyone with the link. Basically what that's saying is anyone with the link that you copy will be able to access this document. You can restrict it to only people who are with certain email addresses, or you could say for anyone. So anyone, that's the whole entire public internet, and then you put that document link out there and then they'll be able to click on it. Or you could say restricted to only people you end up sharing the link with. So basically the people that you added to your group here would only be able to get that link. Okay. New document. So if you wanted to create a new document, you can click on that and it'll add up a new document. You can do new from template. So like, let's say I wanted to open up, let's say a resume, you can click on resume and then you just over type what you're looking for. From template, you can also do a letter. So let's say we wanted to actually look at a letter template. And then you just start over typing. That works out pretty nice too. And then, you know, they give you a bunch of different text. You just change all this text, whatever you'd like to text. I am going to the store. And then you can just put your name, Alex. So then you're just basically changing everything. It's a template, so it works out pretty nice too. Let's go back to our practice letter. So every time we make an edit, you'll see the edit history right here, which is really nice. So new, documents and templates. Open, if you wanted to open up what you've been working on, so you can see all the different documents I've been working on. There's the resume, there's the practice letter. Anything was shared with me, nobody shared anything. My drive, that's everything that we have. You can make a copy, and then you would just give it a new name. This is test document, and then you would click OK, or you can cancel. Email, if you wanted to email as an attachment. So if you're sending it, because you're in Gmail, so you can actually send it to somebody, give it a subject and then message, and then you can attach it as a PDF, a rich text, HTML, Microsoft Word. PDF basically is just a read-only. Version histories, that's just more of the history. Download, if you want to download it as a Microsoft Word document, you can click on download and you can see it shows up down here. And then you can open it up in Microsoft Word if you have Microsoft Word. And you can see it's now in Microsoft Word. You just enable editing and then you just use, you're starting to use their tools now. And print. If you want to print, you click on the print button right there and you can print. Okay. Edit, undo, redo, paste if you have to paste anything. Select all. Select all will also cause everything to be selected. Then you can decide if you want to change around the size of the font. And that's nice because it says everything, and then maybe change it to like impact or something. Or you can change it back to Times New Roman. View, mode, editing, that's what we're in right now. If you said mode suggesting, add a comment, I could say make this text bigger and then comment. You can see it's there, and then I could choose to hide it. And once I mark it as resolved, it basically disappears. But then if I say a reply to it, I made text to size 24. It then brings it back. So like it'll bring all your comments back. So when you click on the check mark, it disappears. If you decide to add comments to it, it'll keep adding comments to the document. But again, that's something you don't even have to worry about. It's just there if you want to add comments. Or you can totally delete it and delete the comment. So I'm going to delete it for now because that's not really something that I want to send with the letter. And viewing, that is just for printing. So then you go File, and you can print it out. We'll go back to editing, and you can see once the editing is back, you now have all these features again. You can bold items, you can italicize, you can underline. There's a lot of different things you can do with the features. You can select everything, you can center it, you can right justify, you can justify it, you can change the line spacing. So you can do a lot of things with this toolbar right here. There's the ruler. We can insert a picture. So let's say we wanted to do insert image. I could say search the web, and then Google Images. We can say we wanted to fall tree, and then you click on that, and then it puts it into one selected, and then insert. And there we go. So now I added in a picture. So you can decide to do that, or you can insert from your computer, which you would just look through your computer, search the web, your Google Drive, your photos. So a lot of different things to look at through here. Headers and footers, page numbers, that sometimes can be important. So like if I added a page number in there, when I go to print, so like you'll start seeing the pages start to appear. One and two. So that's the one I like, page one, different first page, so you can see how you can add that in there. Format, if you wanted to change paragraph and styles. Tools, spelling and grammar, that's important. You can do a spelling and grammar check. So then there's like the help. If there's more things that you want to learn about that wasn't covered, you can do Docs help, training, updates. So they have a lot of different things you can also check out. So that's a basic introduction to, you can always delete with the backspace key. All right, so that's a basic introduction to using Google Docs. Stay tuned for future programs on social media such as Facebook and YouTube. And then also check our website for updates. And thank you for coming to today's class. And have a good day.